Hey guys! So I don't know if you've heard before, but in Japan, they always have this event called Taiksai, which is a sports day. And I'm not sure what it's called in high school, if they have them in high school, but in middle school, they call it Taiksai. And in elementary school, they call it Undokai, which is kind of just like an exercise event. But overall, in English, it would translate to sports day. And so they have it every year. Depending on the school, they might have it in the springtime or they might have it in the fall time. At the school I'm currently teaching, it's in the fall time. So we just had it a little while ago, and it's pretty interesting to watch considering I've never had that kind of thing back in school. I'm not sure how other schools are in the US, but at least in Hawaii, we don't have these kind of things. But it's a nice way for all the students to kind of interact with each other and to get to know like their senpai kohais, like their seniors and their juniors. But what they do is they each have their own class. So there will be like first year first year second year first class, and so on. And what they do for the sports day is they'll have all the first class be in one team, the second class be in one team, and so on. So that the first year, second years, and third years can kind of like mingle, get to know each other, have fun together, and do these events. And the kids are really into it. Like it's kind of touching to watch. I really like watching it. I don't participate or anything. If anything, I'm just kind of there to encourage them when I can. The most interesting thing about it is the week before they have the sports day, they barely have any classes. They take the entire day to like practice for the sports day. This year, I think they only had 2 classes every day, and then once the first 2 classes are over, the rest of the day would just be for practice and preparation for the sports day. So like the first day, they practice the formations, where they have to walk, how to start, the opening ceremony, closing ceremony, stuff like that. Especially for first years, because it's their first year, there's this event called mukade, which is, I think it translates into like centipede, but they have an event called that. And they have this rope where all the students' legs are all tied together. So all the first year, first class students' legs will be tied together. And they'll separate it in girls and boys, and they have to like step at the same time, and they have to be together and on beat, and they run while doing this. They'll have anywhere from 12 to 20 like girls or boys. Every class usually has just a little less than 40, and I like this event the most because it shows the teamwork and how they have to work together. There's whistles involved, there's shouting involved, like 1 2 1 2, and they have to run to the beat. And if they can't work together, then they fall, of course. It seems like a very dangerous event. I've seen a lot of students get hurt doing it, but it looks so fun, like I want to try it. So they take a lot of time out of their schedule to practice that. And each grade level will have their own event or activity. So first years will all compete in that activities, and the second years will compete in their own activities. Third years compete in their activities. And then there will be an all-girls one where all the girls of the same class will compete against girls of the other class. And first, second, third years would be all together. And same thing with the boys. The girls ones are really simple. It's usually just tug-of-war. And for the boys, they have what they call kibasen, which is kind of like a horse kind of thing. There will be 3 people on the bottom, and they make like a saddle-ish kind of thing. And there's one person on the top, and they have to kind of like try and knock each other down. There'll be the captain where they have to try and knock him down to win, or they have to knock down as many of the formations as they can. So that's another interesting one. I'm sure every school is different, but my school this year, that's what it was like. Also, for the different classes, they had it by colors. So class 1 was green, class 2 was yellow, class 3 was blue, and class 4 was red. So they made me a part of yellow, and so I was there to support yellow team, which was really fun. They're really fun students. The girls cried when they won, cried when they lost. They were crying the whole day long. And on the actual day, it'll start at 8:30, and it was supposed to end around 3, I think. But a lot of the events took longer than expected, and we didn't end till like 4:30. And it's really tough too because it's still summer, not quite fall yet. and it gets really hot. During the practice times, I know there was at least one student that collapsed because he wasn't drinking enough water. So it's a really tough thing. They try to take it as slow as possible. They always say health is priority. If you're hurt or not feeling well, sit down, sit out, go see the school nurse and stuff. So they do watch out for their kids, but they can't watch out for every single student, so accidents do happen. But I really like watching their teamwork. So if you ever come to Japan as a teacher, look forward to Sports Day. It's a really fun event. I think that's what I enjoy the most out of the entire school year. But yeah, I thought I'd just kind of share that with you guys so you know a little bit about what Japanese schools do here, what kind of events they have. And because I really like it and it's really fun to watch. This year I actually did participate just a little bit. In the third year's activity, they had to pick a card and they had to find an item as well as a person. And as a team of 3, you have to run to the finish line. And my name was put in there. The teachers asked ahead of time if it was okay to add my name in there, but I said yes. So my name was in there, so the students had to come find me, and then we had to run to the finish line. And it was pretty tough. I haven't ran like that in several years, running at full speed as fast as I could. They were super fast, and they were practically like dragging me out. I felt like I was going to trip and fall over. But the girls that had my card came in first, so that was nice. It wasn't my color, they were green, but it was nice that I got to participate a little bit, not just stand there and watch the entire day. I hope you guys learned a little bit about Sports Day in Japan if you guys didn't already know. It always appears in anime and manga and stuff, and I just wanted to share what my school did this year. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!